The Warhammer franchise is filled with a wide array of popular and well-made games, ranging from large strategy like Total War Warhammer Fantasy, Dawn of War, and Gladius, to intense action titles such as Space Marine, Vermintide, and Darktide. Even some smaller titles such as Shooters, Blood and Teeth, and Bolt Gun have been widely praised and enjoyed by many, with some, like Mechanicus, getting so popular that a sequel was met with many joyous cries of praise. And with the new upcoming titles like Total War Warhammer 40k merging an already grand strategy franchise with the enormous world of the Grimdark universe, and Dawn of War 4 aiming to bring the gameplay back to what made the series so popular in the first place and expand upon it, it really goes without saying that things are looking good for those of us who want to get lost in the Warhammer universe with some top quality games to sink so many hours in. However, there is another side. A side that fewer venture to travel, where we worry that the dark corners might show us things we'd rather not see. I'm talking about the world of Steam's free licensed Warhammer games. Today, I'm going to be looking at 5 titles that are found in Steam's Warhammer catalogue and see if they really are as bad as I'm already suspecting they might be. Hey, maybe I'll be surprised. So, let's boot up our warp drives, turn on our Geller fields, and dive headfirst into them. God, I'm so going to regret this.
Let us begin.
Well, it's just chucked us into an intro sequence already.
Yeah!
This is going to be a slog. Let's just beat this guy down.
For the Imperium! Yeah! We march for Macron! Well done, Uriel.
Right, we beat the intro sequence, now we pick our deck. Black Legion, I guess.
Prepare for the coming of damnation!
Got rewards. And whatever. Right, I can't seem to click on anything, so it seems to want to make me do the skirmish. This is definitely giving me vibes of Warhammer Tacitus from the mobile. Wait, I'm searching for a game?
You do not yet know the meaning of fear.
I really hope I'm not fighting someone online, because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
When the light fades, we must stand as one for the craft world.
I guess I'll get this guy.
Follow me to victory!
Oh god, I don't even know what one to go for. Health. And then use this, I guess. And then hit you.
Hold still.
I will at least admit the effects look nice, which is quite good for a card-based game. Let's go for an Obliterator.
Flesh and bone are weak.
Burn in Cain's fury!
Let's try a Havoc now.
Be rent unto flesh and ruin.
Oh, don't want to see that. No, I don't want to see that. Use that one. And then you. Oh, okay, so another one. You.
I live in your nightmares.
Follow the wind! Bring forth Cain's fire!
I swear to God, I better not win this when I don't even know what I'm doing.
So the craft world may never fall.
Assault. A gift of
I
chaos.
cannot do that.
Yeah, no, give it to him. And then, I don't know, to this guy.
The crusade cannot be stopped.
Shocking. Woohoo, we completed our first mission. And we can actually get a reward now. We got some campaign points. And now we can do a campaign. A faction's campaign track. I don't think I'll be playing this for this long, so I don't really get to pay attention to this. And then it wants me to do more missions. Oh my god, there's so much on screen, I can't see what the hell's going on. Shop, so free game, lots of microtransactions, pretty much what I expected. With even a VIP store, where I can spend more money. Let me guess, these things cost money, which I can't buy. More premium currency, and booster packs. I don't even know what I'm clicking here. Warforged was an interesting title. Definitely not as bad as I was originally suspecting, but still feels like it's one of those free-to-play games that hooks you with the setup, and then to keep up, you better start bringing out your wallet, kind of like how I felt with MTG Arena. Still, despite that, I did feel like there was some decent production to it, with effects and sounds that did fit into the universe, and even the voice work wasn't the worst I've heard. Doing some digging into the reviews, which did make me pessimistic at first, it's clear that while this game is enjoyed by some, they don't really appreciate the developers pulling the plug when they invested time and money into it. There's clearly a decent card game in here with mechanics to learn and to build a deck, but I'm not committing to a game that's already had the rug pulled from under it at the time of recording. There still seems to be an active community going on, though it seems to be all Russian for some reason. But for now, I'll say goodbye to Warforged and move on to the next game. Alright, something about a silver tower, champions, and then confront the summoner. Oh god, more tutorial. Alright. Click on champion. Click on blue. Click on red. Okay, go here. Click on him. Try this. What riveting gameplay. Loot box time. Oh, I can already feel Zinch just sucking all the money out my wallet. I'm not even reading any of these. I literally can't even play the game without it connecting. Summon doggy. The game is basically playing itself at this point. I'm barely clicking anything. Another loot box. I am so monotonously just clicking everything and barely paying attention. Oh my god, I literally can't even be asked getting through the prelude. 2 champions. This should be easy. Oh my god, like that took just no time at all. Another loot box. The game just keeps randomly connecting every time I try and click on anything. You say the legend begins. This is the 4th stage of it. Just kill him. And kill him. Wow, you missed. You're pathetic. 89.8% accuracy is pretty good. 3 more enemies, but one of them is already in range. Now summon the Cursed Hound. I'm not even paying attention, like, when I'm playing this. My brain is completely switched off. Oh my god, is this the final prelude? Destroy 1 power crystal. The summoner has arrived. He is the master of this tower. Destroy his power crystal. I'm so not interested in this game. I'm completely, like, mentally turned off. I haven't even been attacking the crystal this whole time. Alright, I should be able to at least destroy it this turn. Wow, that was the most anticlimactic explosion ever. Another loot box. Get a new champion. Cost totally free. Wow, like, there's no ceremony or anything. Just poof, here you go. Now continue through the campaign, and I will show you the power of magic champions.
No, I don't think I will.
As you can tell, I didn't have the greatest time with Warhammer Quest and struggled to show or comment on anything that was actually interesting. It's basically exactly what you'd expect from a gacha style game that exists purely to siphon money from you. There's practically no story, no engagement, and with very below average graphical effects, it's clear that this was made on a very minimal budget just to get it out there and start trying to tempt people to start sinking money into it as fast as they could. The reviews surprised me though, with almost a 50-50 split, but I think it's fair enough with the short time I've already spent on this, what fate awaits this game. Alright, that tutorial sequence is basically non-existent. Let's see what the game has to offer. Okay, definitely doesn't look as good as Warpforge, so not a great start. Again, I don't really know even what I'm doing. I'm just picking the guys with the biggest numbers. I guess guns. Definitely not as much pizzazz. Wow, this is actually maybe worse than Warhammer Quest, because at least I had to pick a character, and I'm just randomly clicking one button twice every now and again. Don't know how I won that in any way. The game is so laggy in terms of me just opening up my quote-unquote loot boxes. Like, I'm clicking so much. Oh my god, the loading in this. I mean, the game's not even that intense. What the hell has it got to load? After all that, it didn't even load the goddamn game. There we go, that seems fitting. Again, I'm just going to go for big numbers, because I have no other basis of logic. And I'm just going to keep clicking the one button over and over again. Let's see if that actually works. That actually worked. Clicking one button the entire game won that game. Jesus Christ, the lag on this game is something so bad. What the hell has it got to buffer? At least we can actually get into the other buttons now. So what we got here? Crusades, not high enough rank. Clans, again not high enough rank. And a card collection. And look, a battle pass. I'm actually locked in this battle pass. Every time I try and close it, the game just like loads so badly. I cannot stress how bad the buffering in this game is. How much for some of these fake money? £100. Jesus Christ. I'll at least edit my deck to seem like I'm trying. Right, we'll get rid of you. Put you in. We'll try a new guy out. And then stick to big numbers. I'm going to keep the logic of click the same button multiple times. Might actually have to change things up to try and win this. I've still got absolutely no clue what's going on here. Well, that's fair enough. You know, I'm starting to think that Warpforge set the bar too high because these next two games were god-awful. I know I'm not playing large amounts of these games, but the first tasters that a game should offer should really set an expectation and attempt to grip you into staying with it and investing more time. But there's nothing about combat cards that's even closely succeeding in tempting me to stick with it. It feels cheap, minimal effort, and somehow requires even less attention than Warhammer Quest to play. There's not even any flair or eye-catching effects that can even partly immerse you in the world while you play. And the loading. By the throne world, the loading is so painful. That's why I didn't even capture much to show you, because most of my footage was just loading the game constantly. I'm starting to notice a trend with these PC ports though of mobile games, which is certainly bad, as they should run and perform better on such hardware. Reviews are again mixed, which is really starting to make me feel confused about what people are seeing in these games that they like, but hey, I suppose there's something for everyone somewhere. Anyway, time to put combat cards where it belongs and move on to Game 4.
Know your fucking place, trash! Over the ages, the old world has known many wars. Those fought against the savage worshippers of chaos have been the most ruinous, gathering under the banners of the most powerful of our kind, the mighty Chaos Lords. Lead your warriors into the heart of the Empire, sack the great city of Aldorf, and claim your place amongst the mightiest of these dark champions as the ever-chosen of Chaos.
Right, well this is Warhammer Chaos and Conquest. Presentation at least looks a bit better. What can I do here then? Can make myself just stuff, so I'll make myself a quarry. Just wait 30 seconds. Make myself some slaughter pens. Don't tell me I can only build one thing at a time. If the game looks blurry to you, that's not just you, that's for me as well. It is ridiculous how like low resolution this game is. Elite Chaos Training, just there you go, gentlemen. What is there to even like do in this game? I can hear people fighting, but I don't know what's going on. What buttons do we have down here? Empire Cities. Let's see who we can attack. Bechafen. Shield falls in 23 days. I wonder if I have the patience to wait 23 days. I can only attack Kislev right now. Looks like we've got some other people here. We've got a Slaneshi fort owned by Archangel. And another Slaneshi fort owned by Crocodile Dundee. There are so many phoenixes here. Is there even any other players, or is it just filled with just random stuff? Oh, here we go. We've got another one. There seems to be basically one clan that's dominating everything. Another place, looks like MCU has basically just conquered everything. What am I even meant to be like doing here? Like I'm building stuff, but I don't actually know what the like aim of the game is to do. I imagine it's to take out these places, but I can only take out Kislev, and basically I've got Crocodile Dundee taking over everything. What about rituals? Let's get a monster trainer. 10 minutes. Jesus. We'll make ourselves a mortar. For again 12 minutes. Oh, where am I now? Oh wow, there's a lot more clans around here. We've got Magic Mike. And we've got Stefano as well. I guess we'll just try and gather some stone. We'll send 10, I guess. And away they go. Still not 100% sure what I'm actually meant to be like trying to be aiming for. Can I buy a new warlord? But I need to gain favor before I actually buy anything cool. Like how much for Skull Taker? Gain favor. I've got enough. Just a Lord of Change. Can I buy a Lord of Change now? Nope, too little. What a shame. I'm struggling to like find out what I can do to just pass the time. It really feels like one of those games where you just sort of click something and then wait 15 minutes and come back. Can I upgrade my Chaos Keep? requires bigger walls. Let's try and get our bigger walls. What's the point in, like, clicking on that when I could just do it for free instantly? Get this bundle for only £10. What other offers do you have? Oh my god, £100. £50, £20. I can't believe that they're trying to get people to spend money on this. There we go. Keep the Skaven happy. I think I've basically ran out of things to do now, though. Oh, I've got my monster tamer. Let's see if I can even try to attack anything. This dwarf army, let's see if I can deal with that. I'll send all my marauders. And this guy, don't know who it is. Attacking this army will likely end in defeat. Yeah, sure. Arrival time, 1 hour. Yeah, I'm not waiting that long. Despite sounding so unenthusiastic, Chaos and Conquest actually feels at least like a game, unlike the last two we tried. I've had similar games on my phone before, wanting me to invest time in it, then come back later in the day to see the results of whatever orders you've placed earlier. Knowing that, I took a step back to look at the overall presentation, just to see how much that part can stand on its own. The game looks average, but nothing outright terrible, with decent enough voice work and graphical presentation. The main issue comes from the style of game it is, with a good chunk of it asking you to wait until later to see the results of your actions, which is a style of gameplay that doesn't really call to me. I get the game is free, but I still have a hard time taking the pricing of additional content seriously. I mean, come on, $32.99 for this? You could buy the Dawn of War Anniversary Edition for a third of that and get 50 times the amount of satisfying playtime on it. Still, despite all that, it's clear that there is an active community who play and enjoy the game for what it is, so I can't slam on it too hard, and I won't. If you give it a try and enjoy it, then more power to you, but for myself, back on the shelf this one goes, and time to jump into our final free game. Right, so this is Legions, the prequel to Warpforge. I just skipped the tutorial because it took quite a while, so hopefully we can now just get into just showing what the game's like. So the game is set during the Horus Heresy, which is a very interesting time period for the lore. Basically, if you don't know about it, Horus, the Emperor's favourite son, threw a giant hissy fit when his dad went back to Terra and split all the Space Marines up into either loyalty or traitor and tried to take over the universe, or the galaxy. So I guess we'll just see what the game's like.
Not one step back.
So again, very much like Warpforge in the style, but not seen with the same level of production. So I have sort of managed to work out how the game plays. You've obviously got your energy counters, and you gain energy per turn, and you spend them to summon guys into the actual battlefield. And then you just use the red numbers to hit the opponent's green numbers and try and win the battle. So we seem to be playing a sort of Horus-themed deck. So a lot of his abilities have the spear tip, which if you read the books is a very Sons of Horus sort of styled like attack strategy. Alright, now we use the Bernarding of Bot. I do very much like the artwork in this game at least, mainly because I'm reading the Horus Heresy series, so I'm seeing a lot of things that I've just been reading about. Let's bring out Hope's End. Wow, we actually drew. That's some nice artwork. Why don't we edit our deck to at least try and be a bit better? Well, scratch that. Can't seem to edit because I don't have enough cards of different collections, so I can only really play the one deck. To be honest, the artwork and setting right now is the only thing that's keeping this game somewhat interesting for me. We'll use this. We could probably get him this turn now. It's alright, we safely got this. What else has this game got to offer? A campaign, telling different stories from the Horus Heresy, got an event, and obviously a shop where we can spend more money. How much are the coins? Again, $100. That's pretty much it. Finding that this was the prequel to Warpforge, Legions is pretty much what I expected. The initial jump into Warhammer card games that set up the rules and tricks while choosing a setting and a timeline that most fans enjoy reading and watching about. I don't know why I did, but I almost enjoyed the game more than Warpforge, but it was honestly probably due to it having less mechanics and getting to grips with it wasn't as daunting. I'm sure if I spent more time in Warpforge then I'd have more fun with it than Legions, and with its enhanced production could probably sink more time into it. There's not much more to say other than what you've seen, but I'm glad I've been able to show it as it makes me appreciate the sequel just that tiny bit more. Shame the developers have just recently taken it around the back of the shed and shot it. Well, another one back on the shelf and to be never taken off again. And that was it. 5 free Warhammer games found in Steam's own library. Honestly, some were not as terrible as I expected, but some were definitely worse than I thought they would be. I know these previews are only bite-sized samples, but as it said, first impressions leave a lasting mark. But all in all, it's made me appreciate the time and effort people go through to make the games we enjoy that are set in the Grimdark universe, because without them, this is all we'd get. And I'm grateful for that. Doesn't look like that's the case for a long time though, as the universe seems more popular than it ever has been. So, next time you play a game that comes from the Warhammer universe that developers have sunk hundreds of hours in, and you genuinely enjoyed it and want others to appreciate it, take Lord Mandalor's suggestion and give it a little endorsement, because without them, it's only this we'd be left with. I hope you've enjoyed this journey with me, and if you did, just give me a little sub to show your support and a thank you. May the God Emperor protect you all.